Hello, I'm going to show how to install Bloodborne Enhanced alongside other mods and make them compatible with each other, or as compatible as they can be. And I'll be showing how to use the patcher tool to do that, and when to use it and when not to use it. And I'll be using BBLauncher with its built-in mod manager. You can download mods through this, but don't download Bloodborne Enhanced through this. Grab that directly from the mod page itself. And unless you already know what you're doing, I recommend grabbing the full package, which I already have right here. It'll look like this once you download it and extract it. So the first thing we want to do is get Bloodborne Enhanced added to the mod manager here. And to do that, we will go into the game files folder and take this DVD root PS4 folder. We'll cut it, go to where BBLauncher is extracted, go into the folder called BBLauncher, folder called mods, and here we will see all of our downloaded but inactive mods. We're going to paste that folder in here, rename it to something that lets us know what it is. I'm just going to call it BBE. And now we can activate it in the mod manager here. So go ahead and do that. And then first I'll show what happens when we activate a couple mods that don't have any conflicts. The Jump on L3 and Vertex Explosion mods are fully compatible. It'll say successfully activated. Same with this one. So no conflicts there. You don't have to use the patcher. You can just play the game. That's it. For the other mods, I have the Xbox Icons mod and the Chalice Dungeon Fix. These ones do have conflicts. It'll say mod conflict found. It'll show a file name and it'll say BBE. That's the mod that it's conflicting with. So hit no. And then same thing with this. It'll show a different file, but BBE again. So hit no. So here's where we want to use the patcher. So in order to do that, we're going to deactivate Bloodborne Enhanced and activate the rest of our mods. If you get a mod conflict message with the other mods, then that's an issue between them, and I won't be able to help with that. But now that we have all of our other mods activated, what we're going to want to do is run the patcher tool against that folder where all of those files are located. So if we go to where our game is extracted, I have the full game right here. This is the full game folder. And then right next to it is a folder with the same name, but with dash mods. If we go in here, we'll see a DVD root PS4 folder, and we'll see the contents of all of our activated mods combined into one folder. So this is what we want to use for the patcher. So we'll go back to the Bloodborne Enhanced folder here. And then first you're going to want to make sure you have .NET 8.0.11 installed. You can use the shortcut here or just Google it. And then run the patcher tool. And then we're going to point the game app path to where our game is extracted. So that folder here, again, DVD root PS4 folder is what we want to select. And then if you happen to have a separate folder where you have like the DLC or the 1.09 game update, then that's where you would put the game. You would put that in the game patch path. And then what we want to do for the external mods path is select that folder where all of the files are combined already. So the folder that's right next to where the game is extracted, you want to use that folder, and then the DVD root PS4 folder. I'm just going to copy that path and paste it in here. So at this point, we'll just go ahead and hit generate files and wait a couple minutes for it to finish. All right, now that it's done, hopefully you see no errors here. If everything was fully compatible, then you'll see that. And we can just go ahead and proceed with installing. First, we want to make sure we customize the settings. So launch the settings tool here and go ahead and look through this, make sure all of the settings are changed the way you want. You can arrow through, use space or enter to toggle the settings, and then hit save when you're done. We got a couple options. We have the game app path. I don't recommend using the external mods path for most cases. And then we have other location, which will let us browse and install it wherever we want. Game app path will install it to here. The external mods path installs it to here, which again, I don't usually recommend doing. But I'll show if we want to install it directly to the game folder, we can run this and it'll give you a prompt. It'll tell you that it's going to create backups, and then you just hit yes. and it'll be installed to the game folder itself. So if we go back to the game, we'll see there's now a couple new items in here related to the mod. These are the backup files. So now you can just play the game, or actually first you want to make sure you deactivate all of these mods in here because they will overwrite some of the files inside of the game folder itself. So go ahead and hit reset installation, deactivate all of those, and then you can play the game, and everything should work now. So as you can see, got some of the Bloodborne Enhanced items working, got the Xbox icons. Looks like Jump on L3 is working. So if we want to uninstall the mod from the game folder, we can just run the installer against that folder again, and it'll say mod found in selected folder, remove and restore backups. Hit yes, and just wait a minute. And then it should have a prompt, mods removed, backups restored. Hit OK, and it'll ask if you want to reinstall the mod, just hit no. And now the game is back to its original unmodded self here. And so the other option for installing is to install it as a mod in the mod manager here, which I would probably recommend in most cases. So in order to do that, we're going to need to install it to this mods folder in BBLauncher, just like we did with Bloodborne Enhanced by itself. So we're going to copy this folder, and then we're going to hit other location, and we're going to paste that here, and then we're going to create a new folder in here, call it something like BB merged, and then select, and then it'll ask if you want to install there, hit yes. And now we can go back to the mod manager and activate it just like the rest of the mods. And now you have the complete package with all of these mods merged into one, and you can play it, and it should work. And yep, looks like everything's working again. So that's it. Thanks for watching.